The hands just hit 1 o'clock, and I will turn the floor over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Emily. Hamitake pidaya hipi ushmana wona haikchewi chashamielo. Ambe tukile michante eta oaglake na hana pechuza pelo. Ohe chaje mitawa na wamnisha ge doba imachiapi. Ushimalo kchewi chashamielo omakia wachekia ambe tukile. Greetings, my relatives. I welcome you all here and offer a good hearty handshake as well. And on this day, I'm going to speak to you from my heart. And again, hope you're all enjoying life as it is. Good to see my nephew Walter here and all these fine, happy faces here, just smiling and enjoying themselves. And of course, on behalf of President Gorno and of course the Fort Peck Community College, I was asked to extend some very kind words to our creator, our spiritual energy, whatever we refer to it as, in a good way, so that all things goes well for all of you. I really appreciate the fact that you can, again, stay hooked up in this very tough time that we're having, but we always enjoy that opportunity to adapt and get used to this virtual experience. And oh man, how many Zoom meetings did we attend? Eh? Yeah, that's cool. But again, I just wanted to say thank you very much, and without taking too much more of your time so that you can get on with your meeting, I want to ask you all to help me out as we go to the Creator. Ahai atukashela wakantanka tateria doba unchi makana makaina. Nakumi taki epi wanagi makpia ktayage. Hocho ka kta hilpo. Unshia ke mitaki epi na wayawa oyateki won spekia itanchia pihe okia chawo ushiwi chalapo. Atukashela wakantanka giksiapo mitaki epi winuksalapi wichakshalapi na wakaya japi hokshilapi winchinchlapi na koshkapi wichoni washte upi wichozani upi okiawo ushi wichalapo. Aha hei tukashila wakantanka giksiapo mitaki epi agichita oyate kizuya ekta wichasha bilenwia pile o wichakiapo ushi wichalapo. Aha hei atukashila wakantanka oyate oyasi chanku luta aga omani o wichakiapo ushi wichalapo. Kiksiapo mitaki epi wanyawa oyateki na koshkapi na wiapi na wichashapi okia chawu nasu wash ake upi okia wo nagi tawa wash ake upi unshianke chante washte upi okia wo ushi wichalapo. Atukashila wakantaka giksiapo mitaki epi unchimakao mani wayazapi na Kiksiapo mitaki epi unchimakao mani chante yo.
There you go. All right. Hello, everyone. That was unmuted, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Thanks, Uncle. So now I'd like to introduce our president, President Haven Gorno, to give a few words and a president's welcome.
Well, Tommy, thank you for starting us out in a good way, as you always do. Welcome. What a wonderful opportunity for us to meet. Thank you to MPSAOC. I hear it's called something a little different nowadays. Back in the day, we always referred to it as MPSAOC. And of course, to Amy Leary, who I've had the privilege of knowing for quite some time. I'd like to thank you, Nora, and those at FPCC who have helped make this happen. It's certainly a wonderful world we live in when we can get together face to face via Zoom and engage and learn from each other. Welcome to your virtual visit at FPCC. Welcome to Buffalo Chaser Country. We welcome anyone to enroll at FPCC, no matter your color, your sexual identity, sexual orientation, your religion, or even whether you like fry bread or not. We'd love to see you on our campus. FPCC was established with community as its foundation, and added to this was our Native culture. Combining these into an educational setting with excellence as our mission, and Fort Peck Community College became a reality. This was many years ago, and it was under the direction of some great leaders, and now under the helm of some new and still sometimes older leaders. We are proud to be one of the United States TCUs as we continue our mission of student success in Indian country and beyond. So welcome to FPCC. My door is always open, and I invite you to come in at any time for a good visit. Thank you, and welcome again.
Excellent. Thank you so much, President Gorno. So I'm going to share a quick PowerPoint with you all today. And helping me out to discuss one of the slides is David James. Let me just share my screen. All right, let's see, we can all see this, right? Great. There we go. So welcome. I'd like to introduce our Student Services Department and just give you guys a glimpse of what we do here at FPCC. So welcome to Buffalo Chaser County. This is Fort Peck Community College. I just wanted to give you guys a visual of what it's like here in the beautiful spring. We are located about 90 miles from North Dakota and about 60 miles from Canada, up here in northeastern Montana. We have a small but very beautiful campus. It's just an excellent experience where students come in and you know just about everybody's names. So the biggest shift that we've made recently is due to COVID-19. Our in-person classes, apart from the vocational classes, have been suspended, and we tried something new. We shifted just about completely to online learning. What we offered this semester was free tuition, free ebooks, and free laptops for all students who are taking at least 6 credits. And wouldn't you know, we doubled our student enrollment. We saw about 500 students enrolling this semester, which was unprecedented for our college. And we are very proud to say that we now have students from all across the United States. Students have been writing in just very appreciative of the opportunity that they've been given. We have mothers who have been too busy or couldn't afford to further their careers, just given their circumstances. Young people who can now afford a good education. So it's been an interesting experiment that I think that we're going to be continuing just because it's been so successful so far. So I just want to go over our degree programs that we offer here. We offer 3 associate's degrees, 2 of which you can use to transfer to a 4-year institution, and 1 which is our Applied Associate of Science. It is a vocational, it's a vocational degree. So we offer business administration, chemical addiction studies, elementary education, general studies, Native American studies, psychology, social work, and I believe our social work, I believe we have a 2+2 program with, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Northwestern, tribal governance and administration, environmental science, biomedical science, general studies, pre-health, pre-nursing. And for our vocational associates programs, we offer automotive technology, business technology, communication technology, information network technology, and native language instructorship. We also offer 1-year certificate programs. These are intended to provide students the skills they need to get into entry-level specific occupations. I'm very proud of our cultural arts certificate that we offer. It demonstrates FPC's commitment to strengthening our students through connection to their history and their culture. And I was just so impressed by the offerings that we have here that I specifically listed them. So we offer dance regalia, design and creation, beading, moccasin making, star quilt techniques, archery, hand drum creation, hand games, and Dakota or Nakona language. Excuse me. We offer, in addition to that, the accounting technician and business assistant one-year certificate programs. Meet the student services team. I thought that since we're all virtual, it might be nice to put faces to some names. We have Olivia Headdress. She's here, our VP of Student Services. Lynette Clark, our financial aid director. Michelle Day, our registrar. Jackie Spotted Bird, our admissions officer. I promise she's not a buffalo. Brittany Alden in our reception. Tommy Christian, our cultural liaison. Antoinette Simons, our data admin assistant. David James, our TRIO student success advocate. Suzanne Turnbull, our TRIO director, and that's myself. Nora Abushaban, recruitment and retention. David, would you like to take it away to talk about TRIO?
I would. Thank you, Nora. My name is David James. I'm the student success advocate for Fort Peck Community College TRIO. I'd say our director, Suzanne Turnbull, could not make it today, so I'm just going to do a quick reading for you here. So TRIO is a Department of Education-based grant to serve first-generation and low-income students with individualized support services in the areas of academic and personal need. We do this by providing free services and assistance to support students as they work towards completing a college degree. These are the services we provide, and there's actually a few that aren't even on here, but I'll get to those. One is tutoring, which I like to be a big part of. I like to hire the tutors and supervise them. We do college placement testing with AccuPlacer. We do student education plans, transfer assistance, scholarship search. I like to help students a lot with the American Indian College Fund and the Cobell Scholarship, along with doing their free application for federal student aid. I like to do financial literacy, peer mentoring, student coaching. We also give student grant aid to eligible applicants to our program, and that can be a stipend up to or no less than 10% of their Pell. They have to be Pell eligible for student grant aid. We do college campus visits, but we have been doing that during COVID. So we are actually putting together, and this Friday, I will be taking some students that registered on a virtual campus tour of 4 Montana colleges, the universities. Looking forward to that. We also do cultural enrichment activities and study skills assistance, educational opportunity awareness, and of course, college preparation courses. And of course, our program eligibility for students, they must be low income, first generation, or have a verified disability. And if anybody has any questions, I'll take those in the chat box if you have time. Thank you.
Thanks so much, David. So some support services provided. We provide help with financial aid, scholarship assistance, like David said, helping students apply for scholarship programs, especially with the American Indian College Fund. We offer meal stipends and food cards to students who are taking at least 6 credits. And we've been giving students who are full-time about $200 a month in food assistance, and part-time students $100 a month. We offer student campus groups, not so much during COVID, but with the vaccines rolling out, we're really looking forward to getting back on top of that. 24/7 online tutoring with tutor.com, which has been pretty fabulous. Instructors can actually see which areas students specifically are struggling in, and then respond immediately. We are offering career counseling. I have personally invited some high achieving students, experimentally just to see what kind of interest there is here for one-on-one sessions to see what their resumes are like, what are their short-term and long-term goals, help with building credit if they don't already have it. And just, you could call it, I guess, adulting 101 and financial literacy, as David said. Our commitment to preserving culture here and strengthening students through it can be seen in that we offer weekly talking circles over Zoom, of course. Looking forward to when they're in person again. We uphold Indigenous values inside and outside the classroom. There is a great sense of community and togetherness, and just a general understanding that an education is meant to enrich students, not hold them down in a way that you might see in other institutions. It's not meant to be punitive. We understand that life happens, and instructors here, I'm very happy to see, they really work with the students in helping them achieve their goals in a way that isn't as rigid, but more understanding. We offer Indigenous guest speakers. The Buffalo Chasers podcast, which has been a real hit. Elijah Hopkins hosts that along with Uncle Tommy Christian. I would definitely recommend checking it out. We have art competitions, language instruction in Dakota and Nakota. And I mentioned the cultural arts program that we have. So here's our contact information for anybody who's interested. I will put mine in the chat box. And that is the end of this PowerPoint. And I'm going to, let me just look at my list. Let's see. So I want to highlight our math STEM department. We have an amazing professor. His name is Amin Berry. Barry, are you on the call? If you are, I'd love for you to take it away and tell us more about your department.
Hello, you all. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent STEM department at FPCC, which stands for People Creating Change. So that's what I heard from one of the elders. So I like saying it to my students. So FPCC, for People Creating Change. So the STEM department, the science is all in class. Our professor, Steve Cole, just feels like there's a real huge disconnect between science and the students virtually. So he's been very firm in his stance about having in-class sections in science. For me, I'm the math professor. I deal with more of the foundational mathematics at the college. So the college algebra, the tech math, the liberal arts math, the intro to algebra math, and also the math feed people community. Okay, nice. So I do that as well, including the math for elementary teachers, which is probably my favorite because I'm kind of like teaching myself how to teach myself. So it's kind of cool. And we also, our highest mathematics we teach here is statistics. And that's primarily for our, again, growing professionals and those who are going to nursing school and things like that. They definitely need that. And Salish is a great school for that in Montana. But here for the math and the STEM department, with the STEM department in general, we're preparing them for the 4-year. We are not looking at us like a intermediate school at all. We are a building block for a better future. So me and Professor Cole, we pretty much teach the 4-year curriculums. I know in my Algebra 1, I teach in Algebra 2, they just don't know it. It's just like I kind of did with my summer school with the kids. Instead of making walking tacos with beef, I made them with buffalo. They didn't know they like buffalo like that until they tried it. So the same way with my students, they really don't know how smart they are until I tell them, hey, you know that was Algebra 2, right? They was like, what? I'm like, yeah, you made A on Algebra 2 work. So and it just, you can see the light bulb going off in their eyes. And that's the best part about teaching. It's the reason why most of us teach is just to help create that bridge between the unknown and the known. so that they can walk back and forth and feel good about just walking around and being confident in themselves, knowing that they can do whatever they put their mind to. So here at STEM, that's what we do here. We are the future. Not to toot our own horn, but the future is coming our way. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics, our way. So that's what we're preparing for the immediate future that is coming, which is STEM. So that's it. Anything else? Let me know if you have any questions, and I appreciate you all giving me this time.
There we go. Excellent. Thank you so much, Professor Berry. Next, we have instructor Jarrett Medicine Elk. He's another campus highlight of ours. He teaches business and painting. I'll let him tell you more about that.
Really quickly, I have to say hello to some people I haven't seen in 20 years. Walter runs above, and also Nicole Berg. I graduated high school with Nicole. I haven't seen her since. And hello, Juan. I saw your chat. So let me pull up a PowerPoint here. My name is Jarrett Medicine Elk, and I'm one of the business instructors here at Fort Peck Community College. Okay, so FPCC offers a total of 4 programs, business programs. 2 are certificate and 2 are associate programs. The business certificate programs, they're 1 year that are intended to provide students with entry-level skills in specific occupations. The programs are intended to provide the student with training for immediate employment upon completion of 1 year of study. Certificates are terminal and not intended to transfer to other institutions. However, they do tie into FPC's Associate of Applied Science degree in Business Technology. So if a student is enjoying what they're learning in their certificate programs and they want to tie that into a 2-year program, that's what the Business Technology degree is for. Okay, Business Assistant Certificate programs. So here are some of the outcomes as well as the requirements. You see that they go into managerial and payroll accounting, principles of financial accounting, Microsoft Excel. So basically anything that an assistant would be able to or would be required to cover, we provide the background for them. Okay, the Accounting Technician Certificate. So investor, business tycoon, and philanthropist Warren Buffett said that accounting is the language of business, and you have to be as comfortable with that as you are with your own native language to really evaluate businesses, and accounting tells you a lot. So with that, with mathematics, with statistics, with accounting, those can be argued to be the only universal languages within the world. So whether you're on a reservation, working off a reservation, the accounting principles are the same. So it'll serve a student well with wherever they decide to go in life. Okay, the Associate of Applied Sciences and Business Technology. So this is vocational / technical centric, and it's designed to prepare students for immediate employment following graduation. It's not recommended for a transfer credit. So again, here are some of the program's outcomes as well as the requirements. Now, the Associate of Arts in Business Administration is the curriculum that students want to get into if they decide to transfer to a 4-year college. And it prepares students to successfully enter occupations and careers within the business sector. So again, here are some of the outcomes as well as the requirements. And what I do in my classes is I help students to apply the principles that they learn in classes like economics, both micro and macro, to both their tribal governments as well as their federal governments. And this is a part of what makes Fort Peck Community College so special, is that we teach our students to understand how their tribal governments function independently and also in connection with the federal government. So additionally, how federal policies affect them individually, their families, as well as their tribal communities. So this leaves our students as better informed US citizens, as well as tribal members who are able to understand both the short-term and the long-term effects of the decisions that their respective tribal governments make. So in this enables them to become greater contributors to their communities. Okay, and here's my contact information if anybody has any questions. And Nicole, I expect you to contact me.
Thank you so much for that, Professor Medicine. Let's see, Mike Turcott, are you on the call? I can't tell if you're under one of the Amy Leary names or not.
Yeah, it says my name is Amy Leary today. I'm not sure how that.
Oh, hey there.
I'm not Amy. I'm blessed. My name is Michael Turcott. Been here at the community college for a number of years now. Instructor for the NAS program, the Native American Studies program. But looking at some of the people on here, just like Jarrett said, it's been a number of years since I've seen some of them. It's been about, close to 20 years since wandering around on the campus of U of M there with Emily and a lot of the other people that were there at that time. So it's good to see Emily. Like I said, that was about 20 years ago. It's amazing how fast 20 years go by. So it's good to see Emily there today. But growing up here at the Fort Peck Reservation, probably FPC has always been a buzzword growing up in my home. You know, my mother started her college there, eventually earned her associate's degree, and went on to earn her bachelor's degree, and then her master's degree, and then for a number of years served as the financial aid director there. And so I've gotten to kind of more or less grow up with a lot of these people that are here today that work at the college. Haven, our president, Lynette, our financial aid director, and a number of other individuals. Lee, who's a big instrument, a big help here at the college. So FPCC has always been, like I said, a part of my vocabulary at home, and seeing these people grow up and earn their education. It's been inspiring, to say the least. But our Native American Studies program, what we try to do is provide our students with an understanding of federal Indian policy, the beginning years of federal Indian policy, how it's affected American Indian people, and why we have the situations that we have today. So we walk through that in our NES classes. It's a lot of fun. Working with the students is really great. But like Dr. Barry said, we're a building block. We want to see our students join us and then eventually go on to that four-year institution, earn their bachelor's degree, master's degree, and further if that is their goal. So, but Native American Studies is one of the programs that I work with, but also the Native Language Instructor program. I think it's been about 3 years ago when we implemented the Native Language Instructor program. And just like everywhere else, all reserves, all reservations throughout the United States, our languages have a little bit, are kind of, some of them are doing great, some of them are in dire situations. But what we see throughout all Indian country is the need for Native language instructors. And so that was the reason why we implemented that program. I think it was 2 years ago, we had 6 individuals graduate from the NLI program. And of those 6 individuals, 4 of them are teaching either in our public schools or elementary schools, high schools, or places, other reservations, North Dakota, South Dakota. And so again, it helps with that demand for Native language instructors. There was an individual some years back, his name was Jacob Manitowa Bailey. He's done a lot of work, I believe, with the Osage language or one of those languages down there in Oklahoma. But he said, when you create teachers, Native language instructors, it lengthens your language by about 50 some years. So it's real important that we help our communities here across the reservation producing language instructors. On both of our languages here, we have the Dakota language. We also have our Nakota language. And our number of speakers, elder speakers, it's not, they've diminished over the years. In the late 90s, they created a list of all our speakers on the reservation. And on that list today in 2021, most of them individuals have gone on to the other sides. So we're playing our part of making sure that our languages continue here at the college, doing the best that we can. A year ago, we also implemented that tribal governance program. I believe this spring we have our first cohort of individuals that are graduating with that tribal governance degree, and that prepares them for a number of of jobs here at the tribal level, but especially kind of targeted for individuals who may be interested in tribal government. If you have that understanding of federal Indian policy, it gives you a good foundation for being in a position of tribal leadership. So again, Native American Studies program, Native language instructor, tribal governance, they're all kind of tied together one way or another. Watching the Chief Dull Knife presentation a little bit ago, one individual said, one size does not fit all. That's kind of been the approach of federal Indian policy to American Indian people, is that one size fits all approach. And as we all know, that there's a lot of diversity within our American Indian nations throughout the country here. So I really enjoyed what he had to say about that. We need to grow beyond that type of thinking, and that's what our Native American Studies program does for us. It provides our Native students and our non-Native students an understanding of American Indian history. Montana is unique. Most of you know that we have 7 reservations and probably soon to be 8 after the Little Shell people have received their federal recognition. But compared to our surrounding states, you know, most of them don't have 7, 8 reservations in their state. So it's important for our Native people, our non-Native people, to have that understanding of American Indian history, to build relations. And so we try to do that here in our program. But that about sums it up. But I think if Nekshi Tommy, if he would have prayed like that last night for Gonzaga, they probably would have won. But so I'll have to mention that to him next time I see him. So that's our Native American Studies program. Any questions, you can shoot me email. Contact information is on our website. And that's about it.
I know that Professor Turcotte is too modest to, you know, say this about himself, but he is one of the foremost Nakona language instructors in the country. My husband always speaks very highly of him, and I really look forward to taking his class in the fall. But Mike, would you mind teaching us some Nakona?
I was thinking about that. You posed that question last week, so I've been trying to rack my brain and what do I want to teach in about 10 minutes here. I think we'll go with something that one of our late chiefs that he used to tell us all the time. Hudeshana hunga wamakashka dobinash echhagan oyag hagikdesh. We use that word hagikdesh. And we all know the history of American Indian people is a very kind of a troubling history. We all know that. But there's one thing that he always shared with us, our late Red Bottom chief. He used to work here at the college. Very instrumental in a number of us learning our customs and learning our language. But he always used to tell us that Hagikdesh, and more or less a rough translation would be keep moving forward. Hagikdesh, keep moving forward. So, and that's one great thing about our tribal colleges, our TCUs, is that providing access right here at home for people to earn their degrees, earn their college education, and also become leaders within their communities. So despite that maybe not so great history of American Indian people, Hagikdesh, keep moving forward. You have to repeat that now, Nora. Hagikdesh.
Hagikdesh.
There you go. Watch that.
Thank you. And Amaya. Let's see. Thank you so much, Mike. Let's see. I'd like to introduce our VP of Student Services, Olivia Headdress, for a live Q&A, so we can discuss how we can better help students together. Let's see. She might be in another meeting. Olivia, if you're able to facilitate this Q&A, then holler. If not, then I'll do my best. All right, I'm gonna do my best. Let's see, I saw one really good question, and so
yes, I'm sorry, what was the question? I am currently juggling. So
I saw a really good question come in via the chat to start us off. Are you working, as in like FPCC, with any of the local school districts to assist students experiencing homelessness, and particularly unaccompanied homeless youth, to apply and attend college?
So that is a great question. You know, we currently don't work to address homelessness, but on our campus, we are lucky enough that we do have student dormitories available for students that they can stay in during the school year. We've worked with students even to allow them to stay in our dorms over the summer, you know, just kind of depending on what their situation is. We have enough that we have 10 dorm rooms for females and males, and we could fit 2 students per dorm room if we have to. We have done that in the past. Lately, we haven't had to. We actually have minimal students in our dorm rooms right now just for COVID purposes. But that's not saying we can't put more students in there, as we have tons of COVID supplies available for students, from, you know, desk screens and whatnot, hand sanitizer, face masks, cleaning. We've provided all these to our students so that they can feel safe when they're on our campus. And so right now we have students in single rooms. So that's kind of nice, but we do have the capabilities to house like 40 students if we needed to. So for 20 in the males, 20 in the female side of the dormitories.
Let's see, I see the person who asked that question initially, Heather Denny. Hello, Heather. She wants to know if she can help connect us to school district homeless liaisons. Which of us among the staff should she work with?
So you can definitely, I could put my information in the chat. You can definitely send me an email. I can work with you to make those connections to the right people so that we could make something happen.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Anybody? All right. I see that we've ended a little bit early, but thank you so much to everybody who attended, for just giving us the time to hear our presentation and learn about FPCC.
Gosh, thanks so much, Nora, for facilitating and getting you. What a wonderful team and representation from your campus. Haven, everybody coming together. I just feel like I was actually in the same room with you in moments, and really wonderful to get to know some of your faculty that I've never met. So really wonderful. Thank you for all the hard work, and definitely you could tell true care of trying to really build relationships in 45 minutes. Thank you to each and every one of you. Could we have a big round of applause for Fort Peck Community College team? What a great session. If we're going to do it virtual, you wrote the book, you guys. So great job.